Hey, this is Kay. I am so glad to see that so many people are following me. It just does my heart so good. And I want to thank you so much for continuing your support of Ask Kay. Again, here I am, Ask Kay. Here I am, Kay. Alright, what we did today was something a little bit different. I got a lot of email. And by the way, those who don't know my email address, let me go ahead and give it to you now. It's peace, joy, and faith at hotmail.com. Now, how great is that? Peace, joy, and faith. It doesn't get better than that, except with the iced tea. It says it all. So if you want to know how to get in touch with me, it's peace, joy, and faith at hotmail.com. I'll be looking for your emails. Well, I got some emails today, and I got quite a few, so I just selected a few that I was going to go over and see how we can answer those for you. But I want you to know that I'm having a glorious day in front of the flower patch, and I'm in my little blue bit today, and I got my little blue going on, got my green fingernails. I love to color my nails, by the way. Sometimes you'll even see me wearing black, depending on my mood. But the green sort of brings out the color in my eye. Can you tell? They're brown. So anyway, we had a lot of questions, and I can't wait to answer them. This is so exciting, and I appreciate everybody's response. Again, that's peace, joy, and faith at hotmail.com. My first question comes from a viewer, and she says, where would you like to travel on a date if you could? That's a really good question. I've thought about that many times. And there's a couple of places I'd like to really see this on my bucket list. If you don't know what a bucket list is, it's like a list that you make before, I don't know, something happens to you and you want to do those things. So this is like my bucket list. So the first thing that I'd like to do, and I have always dreamed of it, is going to see the Golden Gate Bridge. I cannot imagine at night, when there's nothing but the stars in the sky shining and that Golden Gate Bridge lit up there in Florida. I can't believe that as close as I've always been to the South, that I've never been there, but I want to go. I intend to go one day. Oh, Lord. Can you imagine how romantic it is? I think, though, the problem's going to be, because it's on the other end of Florida from what I understand, and that's like a 24-hour drive from one end of Florida to the other end of Florida. Well, I'm a long way from Florida. So, but that's really maybe something I would fly to and hope that my date that would have to be pretty serious in order to take me to the Golden Gate Bridge. Can you imagine me getting engaged there? I'd make the world know about that. But I really like that question. The next one would be, I would love to see the Northern Lights. Oh my God. What is it about me and the lights? I want to see the Golden Gate Bridge in the dark with the lights on, and the Northern Lights. I'm just so scared of New York. I just have not been able to get past that phobia. So, and about far north as I can go is North Carolina. That's about far north as I can go. And maybe during my therapy sessions I can get over that fear, and maybe one day I'll see those Northern Lights. And when I do, I would love nothing more but to post them here on this page so y'all can share them with me. So those are things that we're going to be looking forward to in the future. Me going to the Golden Gate Bridge. Hallelujah. If I get over that fear of the Northern Lights up in New York, I'll be okay. But I'm going to do it. Right now, North Carolina stuff, I might hit Virginia. I would never go to Washington, D.C. Now, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to stay with North Carolina at this point. That's as far north as I'm going to go. And that's really not north. That's a southern state. get out your maps. The Mason-Dixie line don't happen till Maryland. And I know a lot of y'all thinking, oh my God, North Carolina's the north. No, it's not. North Carolina's south. Well, there's South Carolina and there's North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. But it's south. Okay? Look at that for a second. But anyway, that was a good question. I appreciate it from the viewer. Now let's see what the next question is. With all the great cuisines out there, which would you like to dine in? Well, let me explain something. A lot of people think people from the South are a little bit on the dumb side. Cuisine means supper. It means dinner. It means chow. It means going out to eat. All right? So, those people who don't know what that means, it means supper. Basically, that's what it is. What you gonna eat at night time. Okay, you've got your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. So supper. If I had to choose any place in the world that I could go, if it wasn't an option, Dayton wasn't an option, there is this place I've heard about on the other side of Jessup, Georgia. And they say that they've got the best slaw in the world. I love some slaw. So they make it on the sweet side, because some people will make it with the dill. And it's so funny because that sort of makes the difference between your north and your south, what's sweet and what isn't sweet. But I like the sweet side, and I hear that that's really good. But I like the slaw. Now, I will tell you now, as a Southern girl, you want to make sure that you do things right, because if he's taking you to this great dining place, you'll make sure that you're not taking advantage of the situation. So let me tell you a little bit how I'd order. I'd go ahead and order my dinner. I'd maybe order me like a hamburger without the bread. Never any fries. I'm not a fry person. But you don't want to see me eating fries anyway. Maybe some mashed potatoes, and definitely a side of slaw. And then when they accidentally bring the bread to the table, because some of those places will, that's when you slap that slaw on that hamburger. Wonderful. So if I could have any cuisine, dinner, chow, supper, whatever you want to call it, that's probably more than likely what I'd like to have. I'm very, 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 very easy to eat and pick out, but I think that when you find something good, or you've heard about something good, we'll travel a good distance to get there and to make sure we can have it. So slaw would do that. So the next question that was asked, okay. Oh, this comes from somebody in Idaho. God bless you, honey, to have to even tell people you come from such a state called Idaho. It's okay. I, as a Southern woman, understand, and we do not judge you because you come from Idaho. It's okay. So let's hear your question. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. See, you're asking me, would I cook dinner for my date? At some point, would I cook dinner for my date? Well, why would I? Let's get something real straight, okay? In case you've not been watching my videos, I'm a single woman. I've raised my children. I don't cook for them. I don't clean up after them. I don't do anything that I don't have to do, and I don't have to cook. Now, cook for him. Now, I'm going to go back to this. As a Southern woman, we want to nurture. Of course, we want to nurture. But you have to nurture in a way that it's his idea while he's cooking for you. Remember, this is the flower patch that he waits on us with our sweet tea. So, when you ask, when do you cook for your date? Never. Okay, there's too many good little cuisines out there for you to be cooking. I mean, he can stop somewhere on the way home. I mean, you've got, the little local Chinese restaurants, the Japanese that fix those sushi rolls with that raw fish in it. I mean, they've got, you name it today, they can pick it up. Why would you cook? I'd really like you to respond back at peace, joy, and faith at hotmail.com and ask me why I want to cook. I'm very confused. And God bless you being from Idaho and asking that question. Because you don't need to do anything to prove anything that you are. I think you're okay. I'm a little concerned. So if you need help personally, I'll address that in a personal email to you. But yeah, no, come back. No, God, no. Okay, well, it says, how long should you date someone before sleeping with him? Well, for God's sakes, never. Unless there is a ring on that finger, never. Never, 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 never. You put a ring on that finger, you walk her down that aisle, you let her see herself in that wedding dress, and then she gets to milk that cow. But it's like my daddy said, why are you going to milk that cow when you can buy her for free? Hello, ding, 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 ding. And I will say this, if you decide to on the first, second, or third date, I wouldn't tell anybody. For crying out loud. I'm almost embarrassed that I even picked that question. I'm sure that just was a flyby, but are you asking for a reason? I will tell you this. This is how your friends know. If you've been sleeping with somebody, it's real, real obvious. If you've dated somebody and that first date and you're like butterflies and you can't wait for them to call, and you go on your second date and my God, you told all your friends about him, and then you're ready for that second date, and you go on that second date, and the next time you see your friends, they go, oh, well, when's the third date? Well, if there's not a third date, honey, we know you've already slept with him. Your friends know too. We know. I mean, again, he got what he needed. Did you get what you needed? Did you? And we have needs too. They're not free. Remember that. But I would say to be married first. But if you can't, remember your friends will know when you're sleeping with them, because it won't last long. God bless you. I'm surprised you're not the one from Idaho. Oh God, the next question comes from somebody in Wisconsin. I only thought cheese came from there. I never really thought people lived there. I thought that was just a cheese country. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Wisconsin. Yeah, that's one of those things you take in for a minute. You think cheese and cows, but you don't really think people live there. Oh, I'm having one of those light bulb moments right now. That's amazing. Pure amazing. Well, she wants to know, do you drink on a date? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God, how you gonna limber up? You know, how you gonna get ready for whatever you ready for? I mean, we're talking about with the tea, right? You stick to what you can control, or what he can control you with. He can control you with whatever you drink. But I would stick with the iced tea, sweet iced tea, because that way he knows that. Are y'all really from Wisconsin? Is there really some people there? Is that a joke? I think that's got to be. You know what? We're going to act like that question wasn't even asked, because I think that was a setup. Because I'm almost sure there's only cheese and I think maybe some cows in Wisconsin. So we're going to bypass that question altogether. Well, but I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it. Remember, it's peace, joy, and faith at hotmail.com. And I can't wait to hear from your responses. I mean, I know I'm going to email, and there's going to be tons of questions. Now remember, I'll be posting the Golden Gate Bridge one day. The Northern Lights after therapy. And when I get to taste that slaw there on the other side of Jessup, Georgia, y'all will know about that too. In the meantime, y'all keep it sweet and keep the sweet tea coming. Love y'all.